Hey folks, Quilly here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play some Pharaoh. We're continuing the same sort of aquatic mission where we're actually just having a shortage of people. Most of my scenarios I have unemployment issues, but not here. So we'll make another sort of block over here. Now, this is a little far from a lot of the industry, which is probably the place actually experiencing the shortage. But we want to have a little bit more high-end housing, so we're going to do that. Ooh, you know what, though? I say that. Kingdom standing still. Oh, climbs. Derp. I don't know what I was reading. Cancel this. Because they have no water access, so this is going to be a much better potential area for prettiness. And yeah, I think I was saying, like, we don't necessarily, this is not necessarily the area where we're lacking things, but it'll be good. Is that a water carrier? Like, they're really going crazy places. We're going to need to drop a few roadblocks, just to keep things sane. Something like that. That way they don't wander too far. Trash that little side road over there. And yeah, our goal is to make this a nice area. So we'll drop so much more malaria. Another water place. We'll deal with debt. Overall, our debt is actually not being an issue. Put that down. A bazaar. Put something like that. Obviously, we will still need a firehouse and an architect's post. So I'm just going to sneak in over there. They will get their own temple, like so. They will get a tax collector, certainly, because this should become a relatively wealthy area. A gift from the Pharaoh. Thank you for the bricks. I appreciate that. Everything quest-wise is good, yeah? Yes, very good. Prosperity is very low. Labor shortage, like continuous labor shortage. What we'll do is we'll fill this up, but then what we're going to do is do something like that. Oh, we're also going to want some entertainment here. Gonna drop in a big pavilion. Put the houses back in. Put in a large statue right over here. Like that. And then a handful of gardens as well. We'll put a physician in here just to make sure the disease issue is covered. We do have one over here, so there's a little bit of redundancy. But that's okay. Now, I'm a little bit worried that we're not building in an area that necessarily needs workers, but it might still work out. Like, we have a lot of industry over here. Is there anything we can do? It's mostly all desirability questions, right? So if we spent some time beautifying the area by dropping a ton of gardens just to fill in all the gaps, it might help. And we get some level up, which means actually like extra capacity for people, which is pretty good. They could probably use their own religion site, and maybe a large statue over here as well. Oh, there wasn't enough room. Medium statue? There we go. And maybe another one over there, just to get the beautification level up high enough, increase the housing category just a tad, and have enough workers in here. Things are leveling up here very quickly. Still totally not enough workers. Ah, malaria. If we take a look, yeah, we need like a lot more people in the city. Tons more people in the city. And overall, just beautification. It is harder with the industry. That's definitely going to be a problem. We can actually build a few plazas over here, though. So let's get them down. Needs food. It doesn't have a local bazaar. All right. Bulldoze that. Drop one in there. We do have lots of fish, so we can easily distribute more food. It's absolutely not a problem. Don't have water. No, there's water here. You just haven't been hit by it yet. Actually, there may not have been enough employees at first for them to get started. But now the water should start to get distributed around. We may want to build a second bazaar, actually. I feel like it would be an excellent idea. I suspect that there's going to be demand for it. So we'll drop one in there. I mean, things are leveling up. It's going to be okay. Still need more workers, but we're getting plenty of people coming into the city. I mean, we're going to have over 3,000 people. Our goal is what, 2,500? So yeah, we're building a much bigger city than we need to. But we kind of went nuts with the industry. Maybe a little too nuts. Actually, let's check some of our numbers here. What are we getting up too much? Way too much barley. We're trying to export it. But I actually could trim down my farming. We actually don't have an insane amount of linen. We have a lot of barley, and we actually don't have a ridiculous amount of beer. We have a lot of beer, but not a truly ridiculous amount. So we could potentially put in a little bit more brewing. Although, do we have the workforce for it? Always the question. Now let's put it anyway. What could possibly go wrong? Most of our stockpiles are probably pretty full. This one is what? Oh, this one is brick only. That's right. We could probably use some more brick makers. We have a lot of clay, although a lot of it has to be turned into pottery. How are we doing pottery-wise? We have 0. To the point where I believe I'm going to willingly import some pottery if we don't have any, just to keep the housing level up. Although we still have a dire, shortage of space. You know what? You can be 3/4 full with bricks, and we'll also accept 1/4 full with pottery. I'm worried that we just maybe don't have any room to put the pottery right now, which would be disastrous. So we'll reserve a little bit of space that we're guaranteed to have room for pottery no matter what happens. Just spam down a bunch of gardens over here, which is not terribly useful. Especially since these guys need food from a bazaar more than anything. This is a place that could use a little bit more desirability. I don't want to bulldoze down too many houses, though, because I mostly just need more population. Oh, there we go. No, we do have some unemployment, because now the houses are actually leveling up. You go and drop that. And then put in a garden over here. So as the houses level up, the population in each house is going to go up. So we'll actually want to clear up more space. But at the same time, we'll want to clear the space for services to make sure the houses keep leveling up, for example. Actually, here would be a good example of we could bulldoze that and put down a tax collector. And let's take a risk at, take a look at the crime risk. Yeah, it's a little high. We have a police station over here, and he does seem to roam from time to time. But I think, especially if we actually have a tax collector over there, I'm going to want a police station over there. And let's go ahead and drop one of these little houses away and put down another police station over here, just to keep the tax down. It's a nice change to actually have unemployment for difference. And again, a little unemployment is really good. 13% is definitely too high, though. Far, far too high. So I'm actually going to get rid of this block of houses. Since this won't really be servicing many industry anyway. It's kind of far from stuff, so I don't think it'll be as much of a problem if we just get rid of that. Yeah, see, we are putting pottery in there. I think that was a problem. I think a lot of the potters didn't have anywhere to put their pottery. Actually, we're never going to get a whole lot of bricks here, because it's going to get used up really fast anyway. So let's go ahead and increase the capacity there so we can store even more. And we might just want to put more storage piles altogether, especially if we don't let them take in grain and beer, since we are going to have an overflowing amount of all of that stuff. How's our god? Apathetic. Well, it's been a while since the party. We've got lots of beer. Let's rock, dude. How's life going on down here? Again, probably use more storage. Our whole town just needs more storage all the time just because of the amount of stuff we're producing. Malaria. You're going to have a party. You want more beer? We can do that right away, buddy. Oh my god, I'm completely out of credit. I've never even seen that be a problem. We don't even have enough beer right now. That's interesting. I feel like the problem is not enough place to actually stick our beer anymore. Yeah, we actually have too many reeds. I think what we can do from this screen is go to the reed screen and turn off this industry. We've got 3,100 reed. We've got more than we need. Stop collecting it. We'll just burn through what we've got. In fact, let's turn off the flax. And we are selling barley, though. So we don't really want to disable that. But I think we might trim down the number of barley farms we've got. I'm worried that it's going to do bad things for our unemployment, though. But, you know, it is getting a little dumb. Right, we still need beer. Which we have enough of to satisfy. So let's send that off right away. Even though I would also like to sell the beer. We have to make sure to make people happy. There's a lot of debt. And right now we're losing kingdom rating if we can't pay our tribute because of debt. I think we've got the trade to cover it, but yeah. We don't have any uncollected taxes, which is interesting. 2,100 in, 27 out. Or no, 38 out. Ooh, that is a lot. And we're importing a fair amount of stuff. That's a lot of clay. Listen. Keep our clay to like 1,200. And the pottery, don't import at all. We're good there. Alright. It's fine. We may have been importing a little bit too much. I don't know how the overseer deals with that. He might just like look at the amount of storage we have and like, oh, you can sell plenty. Hell, we'll do that for all the exporting that we do. The exporting surplus. Export anything over like anything over 100. We actually don't need the papyrus for ourselves. The linen. Save 400 because we might want some later. I mean, we might want some papyrus later. Okay, 400 because I think that's like one stack. It's a nice even number. Beer. Actually, save up to 1,200 because the Pharaoh might put in some orders and I want to make sure we've got a little bit of room above that. The barley. Export anything over 2,400. That'll be more than fine. Fish export. Actually, 2,400. We need quite a bit of fish. We apparently don't have very much. Wow, we really don't. Might have to start importing chickpeas. Probably what we'll do, and I think we've got unemployment right now. 20%. We've got a lot of people in here. We have, like, no money. But we have to set up some fishing. I know, we're losing kingdom rating. Alright. But, I mean, we are mostly trading away, so that's good. Turned off a little bit of industry, which is why we've got so much unemployment, of course. That makes sense. But these houses are nice and big. They need a scribe school or a library. Listen, we're going to work on it really, really soon. Actually, screw it. Let's put it down now. Scribe school. It's not that expensive. We can put it here. It should service the town relatively well. We might end up wanting a pair of them. Actually, I should have just put it in the central location to start off with, but this will be okay. There we are. So we can start actually consuming some of our own papyrus, which I think is a good idea. Hopefully those houses level up, give us more taxes. There we go. Debt is shrinking really fast. Like the trade is functional. And we've got one dock there working hard. Another dock here working hard. That might help too. Yay! Okay, but our rating did drop a little. Oh, we have huge kingdom rating. It's the prosperity, which we can't because we're losing money, and the monument because we don't have one yet. And they're still whining about the culture. We'll work on the culture soon enough. What do we have to do for the culture at this point? They want dentists. How are dentists culture? They want a second food source. Listen, we'll work on it soon. Well, this is still my primo. What the? That's a 4x4 house there? That's incredibly awkward. Don't do that. Do this. And then that. And then let's... Oh, a dentist is a 1x1 house. Oh, well, alright then. Guess I didn't need to bulldoze as much as I did. Operational. Local community's teeth gleam with pride. I know some of the higher end buildings will want dentists. Too little entertainment. Really? Yeah, I guess there's not that much. Getting malaria over here. They have their own physician, though, don't they? Yeah, right here. I don't know where they're having so much disease. Do they have... I don't think they have a bazaar. That's probably part of it. They don't have access to, like, real food. So let's do that. And that should increase their health a fair bit. They want a courthouse. Yeah, probably at some point. Oh, actually, we're almost completely out of debt, so fine. Let's go ahead and drop a courthouse in somewhere there. I think that should be okay. What's the unemployment numbers like? 15%. Still high. Definitely don't want to build any more housing. What are you whining about? You don't like the modest homestead, which is there, which doesn't like the firehouse. So really, what they just need is a little bit more beautification. Maybe some gardens across the street. And in here, we can fill this area with gardens as well. Just make a super beautiful area. The palace has been robbed. Awesome. Risks crime. A lot of crime over here. So it's probably spawning criminals from over here. The courthouse should help, but we can add an actual police station as well. Maybe drop it in right there. They want... Oh, they're giving me 2,200 bricks. Thank you very much. Very appreciated. Well, we got lots of bricks stored up now. You're there. The work camp is there. Things should be coming. We still need 20,000 bricks. We have tons of reeds still, obviously. Or that's flax, actually. Flax is there. Shipping out linen. Too much flax. Too much barley. Oh well. And yeah, importing extra food will be good. Right now we're finally turning a profit. We want to make sure we get a nice positive things before we go a little too crazy here. Unemployment still a problem, right? Yeah, so we can actually probably demolish one of these buildings. We will do that. And then we will drop in a garden. Right there. Try to beautify the area, increase the tax base, increase the prosperity and everything of town, make everyone happy. Speaking of, so now we've got a dentist. 25 culture. I mean, they're still complaining about the dentist thing. I guess I could drop a dentist over here. We could bulldoze one of these tiny little parks and then put in a dentist over there. Palace has been robbed again. Oh my god. I get these guards, but they're purely ceremonial. Oh, all right. I forget I can mouse over the palace and just get my unemployment, culture stats, everything right there. Still no prosperity, no monuments. Storms are raging. Rough waters threaten to tear trading ships apart. It could be months before the winds calm down and merchants dare to risk their cargoes again. Till then, we cannot trade by water. Oh, crap. Okay, at least I have a little bit of a surplus, but I think, overall, I think my wages are higher than my taxes. Ooh, that's a lot of money uncollected. Yeah, 2,100 in, 2,700 out. That's not so bad, but no, that's not what we want. We want tax income. These guys are not particularly valuable. These guys are being collected for. These guys are collected but are not particularly valuable. No taxes, but they could be. I have a tax collector over there. And they are collecting. I think another tax collector over here would be well warranted. Especially like right here. Something like that. Let's get a little bit more coverage. And we could upgrade the houses. Hopefully these have all been collected properly. Not visited by a tax collector. No, see, that is really ungood. Because you have a little bit more value. You also need entertainment. Well, we can fit a booth in over there. That's pretty much all we've got room for, though. But it might help a little bit. Fire? Oh, son of a bitch. Drop a firehouse in there and maybe an architect's for the future. Ooh, that is a lot of fire. There's a fire post there. There's a fire post here, actually. It should have been okay. I don't know how they're doing on water access. Now they've got water access right there. Yeah, I don't know. Palace has been robbed again. Oh, we just made tons of money. I bet you we still had trade ships. Yeah, we do still have trade ships in the area. So we're getting one last set of good trades. Plenty of disease over here. Now, do they have bazaar access? No. So I think it's a lot of disease is because of just lack of actual proper food. I suppose just to help. No, because they have a physician right next door. So it's not the lack of a physician. It's the lack of nutrition. So we're going to do... Okay. So we're going to do that. And then we'll even go and beautify the area just a little bit. Drop our gardens in over here. The Malaria Memorial Gardens. Yeah, so they're complaining about desirability. The garden might help a little bit. Palace has been robbed. All right, let's take a look. What's our crime? Well, it's all fine here. Okay, over here it's particularly bad. So, let's make sure we've got a police station over here. Drop down the crime in this area so no criminals will go across the river to rob the palace. Because I don't know how much we're losing to theft. We lost 3,000 to theft. Okay, I did not realize that theft was that big of a problem. I pulled up that menu a lot, but I've never actually like looked down the line items. Holy crap, that was horrible. We also just paid like 2,000 in tribute as well, which is why the money dropped quite as much as it did. But yeah, that's really bad. Workers rejoice. Times change, wages have increased. Your own workers may depart for greener pastures and not paid as much. Oh, goddamn. Right, that fire. Ooh, crime potential way over here. So let's go and resolve that with a little police station. I think there was a bit of an issue over here. Those houses burned down, but we might leave them down for now. I think we still have unemployment issues. And now we have to pay people more. Let's take a look at that. 35. Well, and actually we're almost out of unemployment, so we better keep everything equal to the kingdom. We don't want to start just bleeding off too many people. Actually, we could probably extend this area. It's a nice area. It's got the tax place, so we actually do want some people living here. It says low wages deter immigrants, but that should resolve itself momentarily as people realize that we are paying what we're supposed to be paying. Needs beer from the bazaar, so that's mostly a bazaar access thing, because we should have plenty of beer. We've got lots of beer. Actually, how's our industries that we have turned off? Reeds, flax. We could potentially use... Well, no, we don't have to turn the reeds on quite yet. But soon. Yeah, so, bazaar access. What do we have? We have one there, we have one there, so it's mostly just a pathing issue. Pathing inconsistency. I could drop another bazaar here if I really wanted to make sure that we're still staying up. But yeah, it looks like it's probably going to resolve itself relatively quickly. Religious facilities over here. Well, might be fair. Let's do that. You know what? Drop you down there. We're still getting robbed. I want to look at the other risks at some point too, but right now it's the crime that's really driving me bonkers. Okay, some crime risk there. And some over here. It should resolve itself. And here as well. I guess we don't have a police station. That's true. Right there. So you should start here and walk this way. And generally monitor things pretty well, I think. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put down a couple of the storage yards. Just to make sure the industries continue to work. Although a lot of it just has to do with like turning off the industries that are going insane. Like barley? Yeah, but barley's not as bad, and we're exporting some of it. It hasn't really gone up that much, so that's okay. Oh wait, I'm being stupid. I have all those brick makers. They can't produce brick without straw. All along here. Oh, god damn it. And I need a trade route for a place that's got straw, which I think this place will. I am an idiot. La da 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 da. Import. Maintain a stock of, I don't know, 800, which should be pretty consistent. We are not making bricks this whole time. Are we importing bricks? No. We have it turned off. We could turn on the import, but I wanted to just make them. Tell you what, if ever we have... No. If ever we have like less than 1,000, import a handful of bricks. But overall, we're just going to try to produce some. Please and thank you. God damn, those industries have been open forever and not done anything. Are these people mostly complaining about, yeah, the granary and how we're doing on unemployment? 0%, so I don't want to bulldoze any more buildings. Still waiting for some people to come in here. Mostly the problem is that, like, low wage streak. People should start to pile into the city relatively soon, because I think overall things are going to be pretty happy. And that's another episode. See you guys next time.